Welcome back to today's Explainer, guys. We are officially on day 5 of our 30-day challenge. And honestly, today is the big one. We're unlocking the absolute secret to watching Korean media naturally. So if your ultimate goal is to literally turn off those Netflix subtitles for good, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get right into it. Okay, so look, let's dive into this super stark contrast that basically every language learner faces. It's the classic battle between textbook study and reality. You know the feeling, right? On one hand, you've studied hard, maybe you've mastered the alphabet, you can order food like a total pro, and even handle money. But then, reality hits. You hit play on a new drama, and suddenly, you feel completely lost.
So why does that happen? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Traditional learning methods and textbooks, they just don't teach you how people actually talk in real life. They completely leave out that high-frequency, everyday slang that you absolutely need if you want to sound like a local. But hey, today, we are fixing that gap.
Moving into section 1, the reaction words.
First up for your new toolkit is literally the ultimate reaction word, Daebak. Honestly, if you've watched even half an episode of any Korean show, you have undoubtedly heard this a million times. It translates perfectly to awesome, wow, or unbelievable. It is just the ultimate go-to expression of surprise. You know, like finding out the barista at your local coffee shop is actually the secret heir to a massive conglomerate.
Daebak?
And what makes this expression so incredibly powerful is its absolute versatility. It all completely depends on your energy and delivery. For instance, say you see a sleek sports car drive by. You'd enthusiastically say, Daebak. But what if a friend leans in to whisper this crazy, scandalous secret? You'd probably drop your jaw and just whisper, Daebak. See? It covers both complete ends of the emotional spectrum.
All right, let's move right along to section 2, the really combo.
So here we have two distinct words, and they both translate to really. Now, while Jeongmal is super common, Jinjja is your absolute go-to for casual, everyday dialogue. It is the exact word you're going to hear constantly when characters are just playfully bantering back and forth.
But here is the crucial trick to actually making this word work. It's all about your vocal dynamic. To really sound like a native, you can't just say it flatly. You have to ask it as a genuine question with a slightly rising intonation at the very end, like this. Jinjja? You just pitch it up at the end, and boom, you'll sound like you stepped right out of a TV show.
And that brings us to section 3, the fighting spirit. Okay, you simply cannot learn this language without knowing the word Hwaiting. It's just a massive staple in daily life over there. It's this super high-energy phrase uniquely adapted from the English word fighting. But instead of meaning actual physical combat, it's been totally transformed to mean good luck or you can do it. And I just love this because it brilliantly illustrates the supportive, communal nature of the culture. It is absolutely the perfect phrase to hype up your friends before a big test or a job interview. Honestly, you can even use it to give yourself a little boost while you sit at your desk conquering this very explainer. Hwaiting! So, as you go out and start actively listening for these essential words, I've got a quick assignment for you. What is your all-time favorite K-drama word? Drop a comment below with your absolute favorite slang term or expression that you've picked up naturally. I really want to see what you guys have all been learning. And hey, make absolutely sure to subscribe because coming up tomorrow on day 6, we are taking all these conversational tools and getting personal. We'll be covering how to introduce yourself and how to make your very first Korean friend. You finally learned how to sound like a native sitting in front of the TV, but are you actually ready to sound like one out in the real world? We'll see you tomorrow to find out.